Rain came down in thin, relentless lines, the kind that soaked through confidence as easily as fabric. She stood at the edge of the sidewalk for a moment longer than necessary, staring up at the building as if it might speak first. It was older than she expected, brick dulled by time, windows uneven, a place that had learned how to survive without ever being noticed. This was not the world she belonged to. Boardrooms, glass towers, private drivers, that was her life. Yet her feet had carried her here without hesitation. Like they already knew this was overdue. She adjusted her coat, not because it was cold, but because her hands needed something to do. The address was right. She had checked it 3 times. Still, doubt pressed against her chest. She had negotiated billion-dollar deals without her pulse changing. But this made her breath shallow. Somewhere deep inside, a voice whispered that once she knocked, there would be no turning back. Her father's face flickered through her mind. Not as the powerful man the world remembered, but as he'd looked near the end, smaller, quieter, avoiding certain questions. He had died without resolving them, without fixing what he'd broken. And now those unfinished things had found their way to her. The hallway smelled faintly of old paint and cheap detergent. A child's laughter echoed from somewhere above, followed by a door slamming. Ordinary life, lives lived without press releases or legacy statements. She wondered how many nights this man had stood awake, worrying about rent, about tomorrow, about promises that never came true. She stopped in front of the door. The numbers were slightly crooked, like they'd been replaced more than once. Her reflection stared back at her from the dark wood. Perfect hair, controlled expression, a woman the world trusted with power. But beneath that reflection was a daughter who couldn't sleep anymore, carrying a debt that wasn't written on paper. She raised her hand. It hovered in the air, trembling despite her will. For the first time in years, she wasn't sure what words would come out once the door opened. Then she knocked.